Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is AD and this is the current car we're working on, Clio IV RS. You can see the parts are starting to pile up, but one of the things I've got to do is change the spark plugs. So I've got myself some unbranded NGKs, so they're branded NGKs, sorry, but rather than have the Renault uplift on them and box, I've got them directly from, well, I bought mine from Autodoc. But yeah, so the NGKs are the same part number, 91215, as the Renault items. They just haven't got a Renault box and they're nearly half the price. So today we're going to attempt changing the spark plugs on this. It's not as easy as most cars. It looks like a lot of stuff's got to come out of the way for the coil packs to come up. But yeah, I'll get cracking. I'll let you know what parts are needed or what tools are needed. Hopefully it'll be a quick vid and it shouldn't take too long. So to get to the coil packs, there's one under there. Looks like a lot of stuff's got to come out of the way. Boost pipe's going to have to come off. Possibly the dump valve brackets. Maybe that, just so we can get to what look like 10mm bolts underneath there to get them out of the way and then drop down and get a spark plug out. I'm not sure what the service interval on these are. It's probably 60,000 miles, but I'm not sure whether it's ever been done or done correctly, so I might as well throw some new ones in before we start trying to up the power, make sure everything's okay. So yeah, let's get started. So bolts holding it to the boost pipe to the turbo look to be 13s, could even be ½ inch, but 13's working. Let's get them started. Paper trick, just to keep the nut there. In on there, it's got like 3 prongs rather than just your normal bolt. Right, old school pair of grips. There we go. Thanks, Renault. Clip off there. Get this vacuum pipe out of the way. Vacuum line off. Let's see if we can get these boost pipes off. Okay, that came off pretty easy. I've unplugged the dump valve. I might still have to move it out of the way. Let's have a look. It looks like bracket that holds the dump valve is actually in the way of the boost pipe coming off, so I'm going to have to get that out of the way next. Let's take a quick look what size it is. I haven't loosened it all the way out, so the bolt's just loose, which allows you to move everything out of the way. And there we go. Boost pipe is off. So once you've loosened the bracket from there, you get it from around the back. It's a 13mm. You can move this away enough to actually then pull the boost pipe out, which then gives you access to 1, 2, 3 fixing bolts. This one here, we'll just move this breather out the way. We should be able to still get to that. It looks like a 10mm. So I'm going to unplug all these, then get this out. There we go. 10mm bolt holding the coils down. Got an extra one under here. I'm not sure I can get to one there, but let's have a quick look, see if we can. So let's get that bracket off. It's that bolt and that bolt. To be honest, I'll probably just put a 10mm spanner in there. Let's just take the bracket out of the way. Okay, so once you've got the 10mm out of there and 10mm off the top, you can move this out of the way, which allows you to move this breather so you can get to that final 10mm bolt there holding the end coil pack. Hopefully I've got enough room to wiggle that out. If not, I'll just take the breather pipe off. One bolt. Two bolts. Three bolts. Number 4. Let's go for the easy coil packs first. Packs out. These all 4 coil packs out. It's a little bit tight. This one and this one especially. It's not too bad. There's no oil down there. All looks very clean. So we'll now just get the spark plugs out. I don't think I've got the right spark plug tool, but it looks like it'll be a 14mm socket. So we'll give it a go with that and see where we get to. So yeah, a thin 14mm socket ought to do them, but there's no rubber bung in the bottom to pull the spark plugs out. So we're going to have to go a bit old school. But then I picked up a bit of rubber hose, pushed it over the end of the spark plug. It should all be well. I've undone it all the way. Now we just lift out the old spark plug. And there we go. See a little bit of burning at the bottom. Massive gaps on these plugs. But that's standard. Unsure when that was ever changed. Might have been in there a while, but as you can see, this is an NGK plug. So we'll get the other 4 out and then we'll replace them all. So all the spark plugs are out. Like I said, I used a 14mm socket and then I used a piece of rubber hose just to put over the ends to be able to pull them back out. I'm going to pop the new spark plugs in. I'm going to show you another old school trick. A piece of silicone hose. What this will allow you to do is put it on the end of the spark plug and spin it in, but without cross threading it, so you'll get it most of the way in, and if you haven't got any resistance, you know you're putting the spark plug in straight. The heads on most cars these days, looks like, and this one, they're all aluminium, so if you start forcing it in sideways, you're just going to cut a new thread, and it might last in there for a little bit, and then one day it won't, and it'll all come out completely, and then you'll end up with a really big issue. Potentially you have to take the head off to sort it. But yeah, we'll pop that back in. We've got our new NGKs. They're not going to gap these ones, they come pre-gapped. Bit of silicone over the end there. Drop it in the hole. You'll feel when it goes to the bottom, and then just slowly rotate it. It'll pick up the thread nicely, and you're not going to damage anything. You should be able to thread it near enough all the way in, then it'll just come off. Rinse and repeat for the other three. What will happen is once it gets too tight for you to turn, the silicone hose will just slip on there anyway, and you'll be able to remove it. Like that. So the plugs are all in with the silicone pipe. Next thing we've got to do is just nip them up so they're down. The instructions on here for the spark plugs show nip them and turn them a 16th. Then give them half a turn to compress the gasket, which is like a collapsible washer in there. So what I'll do is just lift them up by hand so that I know that they're all bottomed out. What I'll do, hopefully it is half turn. You always get worried at this point. Give it a nip. Halfway around. Okay. Little nip to start them off. Halfway around. Little nip. Halfway around. This one's going to be a bit more difficult, but no. Little nip. And that's halfway around. So they should now be all up to spec. So now we just got to put everything back together. So there we are, looks exactly like it did to start with, but as the spark plugs changed. Quick rundown, it's two 13mm bolts there, 13mm, well, two 13mm nuts there, 13mm bolt there. Undo the OEM clip if you've got one. I've replaced mine with the Jubilee clip now. You'll then have to undo a bracket, which is again a 13mm nut bolt underneath there. You only have to loosen it, disconnect that, and you can then move this aside, pull the hot boost pipe out of the way. You'll then need to undo that 10mm and that 10mm so that you can move this bracket out of the way. That'll then give you access to all the coil packs. Again, 10mm head bolts, 10mm bolts in there. Remove them, remove the spark plugs, spark plug back in, coil packs back on, go back around opposite way you've just done it. I've just been figuring this out, so to be honest, it's probably taken me about 45 minutes to an hour. I've not worked on it before. If I was doing it again, you'd probably get that done in about 20 minutes, I guess, just because you know what you're doing. I obviously didn't, but now I do, and hopefully you do too. If you could hit like and subscribe. We've got a few more bits coming up soon. I've got a sump to replace on this because my one's gone a bit crusty, so I've got a new one of those to go on there. And then we've got this whole slew of parts to still be fitted, plus a front mount intercooler at some point, and then mapping hopefully down at EFI Parts. But yeah, hopefully that helps some of you if you want to get yourself dirty rather than pay for someone to do it. Spark plugs on these, I think they got a massively long life on them, so if they've been done already in the lifetime of having the car, you probably don't need to do them. I'm a bit unsure about this one, so I've done it. At least I know it's good for at least another 60,000 miles. But thanks again for watching. If you click the like, click the subscribe, that'd be great, and I'll catch you in the next video.